Hey everyone, it's Sarah and I am here with my second layout using the July Hip Kit, and for this one I'm actually going to be doing an 8.5 by 11 layout, and this is going to go in my Foodies album. It's actually going to be the opening page for it, so I'm kind of doing my little opener, and I decided to make it smaller just because I don't have any actual pictures to use on this layout, so I just don't need a ton of space, and then I'm going to have plans for a second 8.5 by 11 to go behind it. Okay, so the background paper I'm using there is from October Afternoon, and I use both sides of it actually. I really like that chevron pattern in the strip on the bottom, but I also really like the sunburst as well. So I kind of cut it so that the sunburst was in the center and then used a strip along the bottom of the other side. And then the floral right there is from Fancy Pants, and I'm going to use that to hold all these die cuts here. So I'm kind of using it almost like a picture, like on a regular layout, that's where my picture would go, but I'm using die cuts instead of a picture. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so since I'm going to be putting all these patterns together, I want to go ahead and ink the edges of them all. So I'm going to ink the edges of the pattern paper strips and also the die cuts, and I'm going to use some Distress ink in the color Worn Lipstick. So it's a really soft light pink, but it's going to make enough of a difference that everything's going to stand out on its own, even though it's going to be all placed together. Those die cuts that I'm using, those are all from Ellie Studio from their Let's Eat line. And I just picked some that I didn't have any immediate plans for on any other layouts. And you know, that one's like kind of technically a journaling card. I'm not going to journal on that one. It's just going to be there. And then, yeah, all the other ones are from the same package as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do all that. And now I'm going to, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm pulling out a few other things that are just sitting on my desk that I think I could use on this layout, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull them out here. I pulled this little strip, it's a little scalloped strip of paper, and that is from Simple Stories from one of their Snap albums. All their Snap albums come with paper in it already, and I had taken some out to use in something else, and I had that little scallop part left over, so I'm going to use that on here. I also put out a couple of vellum frames from Studio Calico. I'm going to end up using one of them. But I wanted to kind of highlight the green color because that tag right there is green, as well as the little die cut piece that's going to hold my title. So I wanted to bring a little bit more green in here as well. I'm using some blue and white twine along the tags here. And I'm going to go ahead and place everything where I want it to go just to make sure it's all going to fit. I'm going to go ahead and start sticking it down. So I'm using these kind of in a little collage here. That tag is where I'm going to do my journaling. This one's kind of, it's not my title, but maybe a subtitle. It says, Good Delish, Amazing Eats. Okay, so I'm putting my strips of paper down at the bottom for my base, and then I'm going to put this down here and just kind of figure out where I want everything else to go now. So I'm going to use this frame here, and I'm going to end up putting it in that corner. I'm going to cut it down a little bit because I'm not going to use, I don't need to put the whole thing behind there. I don't want to have to try to lift up the entire piece. So I like to lift it up a little bit. I'm just going to kind of slide it in. And that little green die cut there is where I'm going to put my title, but I feel like I need something else underneath it. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. So I'm looking to see what else I can put on here. And I decided to go for these gold foil arrows from the crepe paper pull side chipboard sheet that came in the kit. I don't know if you guys can hear those dogs barking. Those are my neighbor's dogs. They're barking at my dogs in the back. My dogs are not barking. But you better believe they stand at the fence and let the other dogs bark at them. It's ridiculous. They're just big teases. Okay, so I have pulled out the Ellie Studio wood veneer that is in the kit as well. And I was thinking about using these utensils, but I decided against it. They're just a little bit too big for that corner. So I'm going to kind of try a few things out here. I end up using a couple of wood veneers. At this point, I don't know what I want to use yet. And then I see this little yellow die cut, and I think that would be a nice little accent to go underneath my title. I am going to go ahead and ink it up though, because it's really blending into the background paper there. You're not going to see a ton of it anyway, but I needed to have it match everything else as well. And I'm going to go ahead and put down these arrows. I'm going to put them right along here. I'm going to do one in the middle and then front and back as well. So it kind of points to the album pretty much. Since this page is going to be smaller than everything else, this is going to go in a 12 by 12 album, but it's going to be kind of pointing the way into the album. And I'm going to use these for my title. These are the October Afternoon Daily Flash alphabet stickers that came in the kit, and I'm going to put my title down, which is Foodies. And I'm going to get it all down, and then I need to shift it all over, so you'll see me pulling back up here in a second. Luckily, they come up pretty easily. I just had to be careful not to pull them too hard so I didn't rip them or anything. Not that I didn't have any extras, but still. So I'm going to shift it all over just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling now. So I'm going to journal on this little multicolored tag. And I'm just talking about basically what the album is, that my husband and I, we love really good food. We love trying new restaurants and trying things we've never tried before, and going out to fancy restaurants. And anytime we're near a restaurant that's like been featured on TV or Food Network or anything, we always try to make a point to go. And we've been to quite a few restaurants that have been on TV. So just about all of those are going to be in this album at some point. So I'm kind of talking about that, kind of what to expect when you open this album to flip through it. And it's not all going to be restaurants. It's also something like I'm probably going to do a layout about my favorite type of pizza, things like that. I did my favorite beer that I like to drink and stuff like that. So it's not going to all be restaurant related, but just kind of our favorite stuff that we really like to enjoy. Okay, so now I'm going to start finishing up some embellishing, and I'm going to try out a few things here. I decided to go with this little small heart. I tried the really big pink heart, but it was just too big. So I decided against that. And then I saw this little yum arrow, so I went ahead and stuck that down there on that details card. And I am using Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive, which I have put in a fine line bottle. I get a lot of questions about that fine line bottle. I purchased mine at Hobby Lobby, and you get it in the section where the model cars are, and you buy it empty and then fill it with whatever liquid adhesive you like to use. And I use Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive. That's my favorite. Okay, some enamel dots from October Afternoon. I added a few yellow ones here, and that's going to complete my layout. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will be back again real soon with some more hip kit layouts for you. Make sure you click on the link in the description of the box to check them out as well. They're great. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.